Hey, everybody. It is Katie Harris here, owner and CEO of Nursepreneurs and Neurophilly Wellness. So very excited to have you here. Today we're talking about prospecting. So I'm excited to talk to you guys about this. If you've been following me live in August, you have noticed the gap of a week. And that was because I had scheduled a cruise last year for last week. And I was assuming I could just do the videos online on the ship, but apparently they sold out of internet, which I didn't know could happen. So I was offline on airplane mode, and I have to say it was amazing. Okay, it's wonderful to get offline and just think, because action negates thinking. And if you're not thinking, then you're not being the CEO of your business. You're an employee and you're working in the business and churning and doing what you need to do. But sometimes you have to take a break. So one of the caveats here that I want to say is make sure that you set boundaries for yourself, whether it's you're only going to work on the business 1 to 3 hours a day, or you're going to take the entire Saturday off or something. Okay, you need that recharge time. It's important. And after having just had recharge time, I'm a little afraid of not being able to get back in the groove. But here I am today. And we're still working on the business. So we're talking about prospecting. And what I want to do, and I'm going to share my screen, is talk about one of the most important components of prospecting. And it's actually one of it's both easy and hard at the same time. And you'll see what I mean by that. But the fact is that SEO, which is search engine optimization, is one of the most crucial things that you can do for your business. And it's one of the least understood and one of the last things that new business owners tend to do. Now, the issue with SEO, search engine optimization, which is basically where you rank when somebody searches for a specific key term, right? So if you go onto Google and you're like, oh my gosh, I need a new microphone. As soon as you hit a microphone, I want to buy a microphone. You will get a whole bunch of options. Well, you are most likely, in fact, 99% most likely, if Google understands your request, it will pull up things that are most relevant to you. And 99% of the time, you will never go past page 1 of Google. You will find the microphone that you want on page 1. How did those microphones get there? Okay, it is all about search engine optimization. Or people paid to be there. Okay, and a lot of people, especially internet users, are really savvy. They tend to see the ads, go below the ads, and go for the organic search results. That was not there by accident. The microphones that you would find would be very strategically placed because those businesses have optimized their SEO. It's the same thing for IV hydration. If you want people to find your IV hydration clinic, you need to make sure your website is SEO optimized in your Google business profile. So that's why we set up Google Business before. And, now what we want to do is make sure that SEO is set up properly. So I'm going to go through some of the things that we do. I have done this in the past. I've spent a lot of money on SEO, learning SEO, having other people do SEO. I'm going to have my team do this because I'm tired of it. And I know how important it is, but I don't want to do it myself. This is a colossal pain in the butt. But anyway, if you're starting out and you're on a budget, this is something that is worthwhile to learn. What did I do there? All right. It's worthwhile to learn and to invest the time and energy to do it if you don't have the money to invest in having somebody else do it. Our team at Nursepreneurs does do this. We do have SEO specialists. They're doing mine. They can do yours as well. But if you're doing this yourself, let's walk through some of the things that you need to do. For SEO, one of your biggest goals is to increase Google Maps and Google Business Profile rankings in Google. It's single-handedly the most important thing that you can do. It is critical for any local business trying to rank for local searches. So you want something that will help you to rank in maps, right? So if somebody is on their phone and they're like, I have a hangover, I'm dehydrated, or lack of energy, or maybe they're using the term IV hydrate. I'm looking for IV hydration. If you are ranking in that maps section, you will pop up number one, and it'll say, Neuro Wellness Philly, IV hydration, go here, right? So I would be on page one, or at least that would be the goal. It also, SEO, what it does is increases website traffic, right? When you first open your website, nobody's going there. Like, they cannot find you unless they literally type in your URL into the search bar. They will never find your website. There are literally millions of websites out there, and you will not rank whatsoever if you don't have any SEO built into your website. The only way people will ever be able to find you is if you give them the actual URL and they go there. So website traffic increases come from targeting keywords that drive search volume. So people have to be looking for, you can't just make up keywords. You have to look for keywords that people are searching. So when somebody goes onto Google, and you can certainly do this, right? What would happen? Let's say if I go to Google and I say, let's think of something. I would just say IV hydration. So you see there's IV hydration near me, IV hydration Philadelphia, IV hydration therapy, all these things. These are keywords that you're going to want to rank for, especially IV hydration Philadelphia, or I'm surprised IV hydration Philly is not here, but that would be another one that I would think of. So let's see what happens when this comes up. So City Hydration has been around for oh my gosh, 5 or 6 years. She has a very powerful hold on the market here. She's coming up. Well, it's also sponsored. So this is actually an ad. Mobile IV Medics also sponsored ad. But she does come up, and City Hydration does come up on map search, right? So this is the first one that pops up. There's another one, Philly IV. And then down here, the website comes up automatically. So this is the result of really good SEO. Okay. So it's important, and you want to be up there, and it's actually not that hard because, and I've talked to a lot of SEO specialists on my team about this, a lot of the IV hydration clinics that are out there, and there's really not that many. I know when you're in this space, it feels like everybody's doing IV hydration, but there's really not that many across the country. And their SEO is really bad. It's not hard to rank on page one with IV hydration if you do it the right way, and it won't take that long. Sometimes, if you were to try and rank for the word nurse, right, it's going to take a lot of money and a lot of time to rank on page one for that keyword. Or, like nurse jobs or something like that, because there's some heavy money in that field. So that would be very hard. But, the good news is for IV hydration, like I said, most people aren't paying for ads or doing proper SEO. So it's not, you could reasonably within 3 months be ranking on Google page one if you do this properly. Okay. So, and when you are properly positioned on Google, that will naturally increase your website traffic, right? It also increases your brand visibility. So, by implementing a cross-channel campaign that focuses on organic maps and Google Business Profile and competitive keywords, you will see an increase in brand visibility. And this is critical if you want to have a presence on Google or in general. It also increases your click-through rate, right? Well, click-through rate is that a metric used by Google, and it determines how many people are, coming to your site and bouncing or staying, right? The bounce rate is how long somebody stays on your website. If you go to a website and, you thought it was one thing and you go there and it's something completely different. And this was a very popular technique that has since lost a lot of momentum because of this click-through rate and bounce rate that Google measures. So people would say things that they know people were looking for. So if I'm on Google and I'm looking for the State Board of Nursing, right? And let's say somebody's selling, again, microphones, they might say State Board of Nursing in their keywords and write articles about state just to get me to their website to look at microphones. And clearly that's not what I want. If I'm looking for the State Board of Nursing, I don't want a microphone. So, I might get to that website and bounce immediately. So that bounce rate, like how fast I bounce, is important to Google. So if somebody comes to your website and they're like, oh, this isn't what I thought it was, and they bounce off, that is a ding. Okay. Google doesn't like that. When people come to your website, Google wants them to stay, look around, maybe read, that kind of stuff. So that's the click-through rate. Increased conversions. The whole point of doing SEO is to get you sales. So we want you to have sales. We want you to have, if you need phone calls or submissions or just people buying stuff, we want, that's really important. And that can be, we can track how your campaign is doing, your SEO campaign, based on, the sales that you get, because we use the entire Google suite, right? We use Google Analytics, Google Tag Manager, Google Console, Google AdWords. We use it all. It's really important. They work really well together, and it gives us so much information, right? So you can see, like, if I stop doing SEO, I'm going to lose 25% of my business or 50% of my business, because this is all going to go away. And can you afford to lose the SEO option, right? If you don't have those numbers, you could just be like, well, this SEO thing is just costing me money and it's not doing anything. You need to make decisions based on things that are real and based in numbers. Bounce rate. This is also a problem if your website, it takes a long time to load. People, I've put in URLs, and it's like, I know this sounds ridiculous, but 15 seconds is a really long time to wait. If it's not loading in 1 or 2 seconds, you're going to bounce, right? So one of the things that we need to do is make sure that your website speed is loading quickly. And this has a lot to do with, like, if your website is heavy on images, making sure those images load not in real time, but, that they load after the website goes up, or as somebody scrolls down, then the images load. So there's a lot of techniques to reduce the amount of space that the website's taking and how long it's taking the whole thing to load, because website speed is very, very important. The whole point of doing any of this is to get you clients. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is a campaign plan. So you need to find out which keywords you need to rank for. Okay. And then you take those keywords and you create content and backlinks. So content are your blogs. We've already done blogs on our website. I had my team do this for me while I was on vacation, which was really nice. So the blog post went up, everything was fixed. So, I'm ranking for words like NAD, NAD plus, benefits of NAD. What is NAD? Is it worth it? So this is step one. We need to do more of a content analysis and gap analysis to see what other keywords that I can rank for that will drive traffic to my website. And it's an iterative process, and it's an ongoing process. You don't just do SEO once and then say, oh, no, I'm good. You have to do content refreshes every month, keep the stuff up to date, let it evolve. So this is an ongoing commitment. SEO needs to be part of your marketing budget. It's really important. Backlinks. Now, what's backlinks? Backlinks are when another website links to you. Okay, that's really, really powerful, because Google puts a lot of weight in associations. So if other websites are linking to you, then Google recognizes that you are special, right? Like that you have authority, because if other people are linking to you, then you must be important. Obviously that's not 100% true, because there are some black hat methods that other SEO companies use that are very sketchy, right? They'll hire 1,000 people in Bangladesh to link to your website. And Google sees that. They see all these links coming through from websites that have zero domain authority, meaning that those websites, maybe they're pop-up websites, and all they do is link to sites to build up and buff out backlinks. Google sees this very negatively. You can get your domain shut down if you're working with an SEO company that's doing something like this. You do see an increase in backlinks, but you will see zero increase in sales, and you might even get shut down. So be very, very careful with that, and make sure that if somebody's promising you backlinks, that they're getting them from reputable sources and domain authority, and you want to see where those are coming from. If you see all kinds of, I don't mean to pick on Bangladesh, but if you see all kinds of Bangladeshi websites linking to your website, it's not going to help you, and it could potentially hurt you very, very much. Site performance, we use Core Web Vitals, very important metric, commonly known as site speed and performance. We want to make sure that your website is performing and that we're always increasing your web score, because this will increase rankings and conversions. This is also something, you can get Core Web Vitals yourself and do all this stuff yourself. Again, for me, I don't want to do any of this. Like, this makes my brain hurt. So I'm just going to pass this off to my team to make sure my site gets SEO optimized. The keyword research, you can go into Google Tool Planner. You can do the Google search bar. You can go on YouTube and use that search bar. There's lots of ways to do keyword research, and they're all really, really important. Make sure you do incognito. So if you go incognito, and then I put in, I don't know, let's say, I'm just going to say microphones because I use that, microphones for sale. You know what? I want it to go to Google. I didn't mean to do that. And in the Google search bar, I would say microphones. And you see how these are keywords. These are keywords that are popping up. So these are things that I could potentially rank for if I had a microphone website. Right now I'm selling microphones. Are my microphones good for singing? Because this is what people are looking for. They're literally typing this stuff in and looking for microphones for recording, microphones for podcasting. So if I had a podcasting course or something, I might want to write content on microphones for podcasting and drive people to my website, because if they're looking for a microphone for podcasting, they could potentially be looking for a podcasting course. So that's just something to think about. So think about what you offer, what services you offer, what products you offer, and what outcomes you're helping people to achieve. And then you can search those keywords, see what people are asking questions about, and then go from there. Okay. Now, in addition to keyword research that you do, then you put those keywords in H1 and H2 tags. You create a schema. Internal linking is linking, let's say, blog posts. You want to link one blog post to another, or, internal linking is you link the homepage to the about page. You want to have a lot of internal linking within your website. You want to make sure you're doing content creation. You should probably be doing this 3 to 4 times a month, creating new content. Continue with the link building with reputable sources that has some sort of domain authority. Domain authority, again, is 0 to 100. If you've just started your website, like my Neurowellness Philly, this has a domain authority of like 0, because I don't have any backlinks yet. I haven't built anything into it. It's just fresh. It's brand new. Whereas a domain authority of 100 is like super, like that it's Walmart, right? Walmart's got a domain authority of like 100 because it's very, very well known. It dominates that space. So somewhere if you can get up into the 80s and 90s, you're going to be amazing. You're going to do amazing. But it will take a couple of months to get to that point, depending on how fast you move with getting your SEO and your content up and making sure you have all your one-page optimizations done. Now, again, SEO is a big term. You could literally get a PhD in SEO. But, if you Google stuff like one-page optimization, how can I do one-page optimization? How do I add title tags to my website? Meta descriptions. These basically go inside your WordPress word site, and there's a place in there that will help you. And if you do have a WordPress website, I would encourage you to use the Yoast. I'll spell it. It's a Yoast plugin. So, oops, that's not right. Yoast plugin. If you have a WordPress website, put that in, and it will help you do the basics that you need to get done for SEO without, you don't have to understand any of this. Just put the Yoast plugin in your website, and it will help you walk through what you need to do. But the competitive keywords, that is something that you're going to have to do. You can even hire people on Fiverr and you say, go find me my competitive keywords. They're actually going to make you do a lot of the work anyway, because they need to understand your industry and they need to understand what you're trying to rank for and that kind of stuff. But they will come back and give you a bunch of competitive keywords. So that is something that you can consider doing. Content creation, writing and creation. So this is, we like to go through and create content and then refresh content. So we have a process for creating and refreshing content on a monthly basis. It has to be, your content has to be high quality and custom content, right? So you always need to follow, there's these guidelines, the EEAT guidelines from Google for writing content, and you need to make sure that it's quality and never at risk for violating rules or using tactics like AI content. AI content can get you in trouble. A lot of it, the AI content, especially right now in 2023, it's questionable. I mean, I've had, we had one of our admins was doing AI content for my website before I realized it, and she had written this blog post, and it talked about all these different conferences, and they were all fake. Like AI made them up, and I was like, "What is this? What is this crap?" Like, somebody has to read this. We have to make sure that it's real. Okay, so AI is convenient, it's great, it's fun, but it makes shit up. So you just have to be aware of that. And, maybe it'll get better in the future, but right now, you can use AI to facilitate your writing, but don't use it to, don't say, go write me a blog post on this topic, because you don't know what it's coming up with. And a lot of it's not even true, right? A lot of it's like fake. I don't know where it's getting it from. And I've had that problem. Actually, we were using it to help us write exam questions. And I would say to AI, write here's some content, write a question, make the first answer true and 3 of the other answers false. And then it would go through, and I'm like, 3 of these answers are true. And I said, is this true? Yes. Is this true? Yes. Is this true? Yes. Is this true? No. I'm like, well, I asked you to write me 3 false statements. It was like a distrust factor. I'm like, now I can't trust you. So just be careful. Be careful. Make sure that what you're putting out there is real and it's true. And also link to other sites, that the backlink is other sites. It gives other sites a backlink. Okay, so once new content is added or modified, you want to optimize all the special important aspects of the SEO, the campaign. So you want custom written title tags. This is part of the way that the blog is structured. Meta description, H1 tags, H2 tags. And all of that, like when you go into blog post and you see the different headlines, this is going to be like an H1 tag, right? And then we have these subheadings. These can be H2 and then H3 tags. That's what this is referring to. So that's really important to know what those are. Internal linking, a custom created schema code with proper node referencing. This sounds really technical. You can put it in Google, understand what it means, but the schema code is, let's see if I can find something that has schema on it. It's like this breakdown of, it's almost like chapter breakdown. I don't see anything good on here. I thought I saw something earlier. So something like the, yeah, it's kind of like that. Anyway, this isn't a good example, but it's something like this. Like, let's say it says, welcome to Philadelphia. And then it says, it has like these different breakdowns here. And this would all be related to, this is Cedars-Sinai, but like these questions would be related to this website, which would be, it's really awesome because the more information you give, the more you're going to show up on page 1. All right, off-page optimization. Now, this goes back to the domain authority, domain ranking. They're metrics that judge a website or a domain on how authoritative they are according to Google, right? on a scale from 0 to 100, 0 indicating a brand new website, 100 indicating a massive website with extreme authority, such as Google, YouTube, or other large websites with tons of backlinks. There must be millions of backlinks to Google, probably billions at this point. But so link building, this is something that, we get you backlinks that are legitimate. Okay. And this takes some effort because you actually have to request the website to backlink to you. And as you start your business, you might see people asking you if they can write a blog post for you. They're not doing this to be, because they think you're great per se. They're doing it because they want to backlink to their website. So if they write you a blog post, put it on your website and backlink to their website, that improves their SEO. So that's a very common practice that you see. People are always asking me if they can write guest post links because we do have domain authority. We rank very high on SEO with SEO on Google. So I get those requests all the time. Can I guest post on your website? And they don't have anything to do with nursing. So I'm always like, no. But if it was relevant, I would say yes, probably. But anyway, but that's why people do that, because they're trying to get legitimate backlinks and they want to be associated with other websites that have a high domain authority. Signal generation. So generate ranking signals around top priority keywords using a variety of methods, including custom content, syndication. You can see there's a lot of repetition here. It's the same stuff over and over, but these are the different things that are happening with SEO, and then tracking the success of this. So we set up all of these features. So you have to have Google Analytics, Google Console, Google Business, and Google Tag Manager. So having those, 4 things set up in addition to if you do ads, which we'll talk about in another video, but having ads, Google ads, it makes you like an absolute powerhouse. But these are the things that are essential for you to set up. So set up Google Analytics, and you really just, go to analytics.google.com and you can connect your website. There's all kinds of, you can certainly Google how to set up Google Analytics, or it walks you right through it. It's not hard. Do the same thing for Console. Make sure Google Business is set up and make sure they're all connected. They know who they are. So you want to do it all under your profile, your business profile. This is my Nursepreneur's profile, but the info at this is where we want to use the business profile. Make sure Analytics, Console, profile, and Tag Manager and AdWords are all connected in one platform. So that you can assess your true ROI, return on investment, and ensure accurate attribution. Now, this is a lot. Okay. I know this is a lot. If you're not tech savvy, right, I would strongly encourage you to outsource this. It's really important. It needs to be part of your marketing budget, and it needs to be done early on, because this is really going to drive the needle for your business. I mean, forget ads, forget everything else. Optimize your search engine optimization and make sure this is done properly. Okay. Again, you're not going to see results on day 1 or week 1. It might take 3 months, but you will be super happy once the clients start coming in, and it'll feel like they're coming in magically. All of a sudden, people are finding you on Google all over the place, and you're like, oh, I'm doing amazing. All my network. No, your SEO is what's working. It's kicking in finally, and it's doing what it needs to do. So prioritize this. You can do it yourself for sure. Again, things to do. You want to set up Google Business Profile, which we did in another video, set up Google Analytics, Google Console. Google Tag Manager is optional, though highly recommend it. But if you get those 3 things done, Google Business Profile, Google Analytics, and Google Console, then you'll be in a good spot for the rest of this stuff. Then you can make sure you have good content, make sure you do a keyword research, and that will get you started. Okay, so make sure you post on Google Business frequently, and any reviews that you get, make sure you respond to them. All right. I know this is a lot. I'm going to put this stuff inside of the show notes here so that you have it. The list of things that you should do, because I know this was a lot, but get it done. You might want to take a couple days to get this done, or outsource it. You don't have to use us, but we're happy to do this, and we do SEO the proper way. But there's lots of SEO companies out there. So if you have another option, I would strongly recommend using it, because like I said, this is you can get a PhD in this, and I don't want you wasting time trying to figure out SEO, because there's still a lot of more things that we need to do. All right, guys, I'll talk to you tomorrow.